Welcome back here to Mighty Mac on YouTube. The Arizona Nationals has wrapped up here today, and much like I said last night, it was going to be an exciting event, and then it delivered and then some. A huge expectation was set for today with how Pomona and Gainesville went, and of course, they delivered yet again. We have a lot to go through within the brackets. We have notes and highlights to go through, as well as the highlight videos from today's action. But before we get into the video, I do want to say, if you have not subscribed to the channel, which I know some of you who aren't, because at least 75% of the viewers that watch my videos are not subscribed to the channel, then please do so. We're going to ramp up our coverage here coming up within the coming weeks as May sets around the corner. We have the historic 108th running of the Indianapolis 500, as well as the Route 66 Nationals coming up next month. So we have a lot to cover next month. So if you love autosport racing, if you love the month of May, then by all means, please subscribe to the channel as we get set for one of the biggest months in racing, as well as possibly the Indy Open test later this week. So if you do like what we do here, if you like the highlights and you like the interviews, then please subscribe to the channel and tell all your friends about it, so that way they as well can get involved in motorsports. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So we start off this weekend, of course, with the expectations that I set. I said that Gainesville and Pomona, if anything was that indication, that it's just going to get better as we got along, and man, did it deliver. A lot of unexpected turnarounds and a lot of unexpected chaos happened within round one, and then it just got better from there. But a big shout I do want to give is to the Phoenix crowd that showed up to Firebird Raceway. The return race for that event, after thinking it was the last time we were going to see that track run last year and it was going to be torn down a part of a highway project, ended up being saved because of the fact that the fans claimed to have it saved. And then of course, with every time that we see this, when people say, I want this racetrack to stay alive, we love this racetrack, and they decided to try and give it one more shot, fans don't show up and then the track shuts down. Not in this case. The fans showed up, they sold out yesterday, and then they sold out today as well. So a huge thank you to the Phoenix fans that showed up to support that race and packed the grandstands for each and every day. You guys got to see an incredible show, and I cannot believe the people that are showing up for these events. We had a great turnout back at Gainesville, had a pretty good show out for Pomona despite all the weather conditions, and then a fantastic showing out for Arizona. So once again, I keep saying NHRA is on a rise. It very much is so. You're right now seeing a golden period within NHRA, and it's just going to keep getting better as the season goes along. Looking into the brackets, highlights going into there. A very top-heavy round one bracket. Anybody that you would have expected to win, you could have had a very easy round one. I didn't do so because of the fact I had David Quadra winning in round one. I thought an upset was going to happen there. It didn't. Jerry Don Tucker got the win there. But looking to the winners, Jay Coughlin Jr. took care of Matt Hartford. Jerry Tucker took care of David Quadra. Troy Coughlin Jr. and Greg Anderson. Over on the other side of the ladder, Erica Enders, Aaron Stanfield, Dallas Glenn, and Christian Quadra as well. But then round two is where things started to get a little bit interesting. It was pretty much the same thing you would have expected. Jay Coughlin took care of Jerry Tucker, Dallas Glenn took care of Christian Quadra, then Greg Anderson took care of Troy Coughlin Jr. Everything you would have expected. That means Eric Anders is going to take care of Aaron Stanfield. Nope, not how that happened. If you expected with how she performed this year, you would have expected her to keep the streak alive and just keep on rolling through the season. It stopped at round two. As she got off the line, tires shook, and she almost had to save her from going over into the other lane. She has to back out of it right after the street. Aaron Stanfield runs down and makes it to the semifinal, where he met up against Dallas Glenn, who just defeated Erica Enders yesterday for the Pomona final rerun. So not only did Erica lose this race, she lost Pomona as well, but came up short there. So now Dallas Glenn facing up against Aaron Stanfield. Aaron Stanfield loses. It's an all KB Titan finals. Jake Coughlin Jr., who had an incredible turnout this weekend, falls short once again to Greg Anderson. And much like last year, what we saw, it was an elite win in the first race at Gainesville, then turned into a KB Titan sweep at Pomona in Arizona. Same thing's happening here, except this time it's not just Dallas Glenn. Greg Anderson scores his 104th win this weekend here at the Arizona Nationals, and a big weekend for them as well because of the fact that this is Hendrick Motorsports' 40th anniversary of the first win back at Martinsville. That took place today on the other side of the country. 1-2-3 sweep for Hendrick Motorsports there, and just the icing on the cake as the HendrickCars.com Pro Stock Camaro of Greg Anderson scores the victory in Arizona. So a big weekend for Hendrick overall. Congratulations to Greg Anderson on that front. Moving into funny car highlights there. I do want to add one more thing for Pro Stock. I forgot there was an update on Camry Caruso. She was checked and released from the hospital. It was evaluated and said that she does have a broken fibula and a possible sprained ankle. It is said that she'll be out for 3 months, but she was at the track today to support Brandon Foster, her teammate and sponsor, in round 1 of Pro Stock, but she was on crutches, so she will be out for the foreseeable future here this season. A tough end of the season for her. She'll probably be back by the midpoint of the season, but if you're looking at any championship hopes, probably not going to happen for Cammy Carew. So it's such a promising start to her season last year, but sadly falls short here. 2 DNQs to start out the season, and then of course at the track where she scored her first and only Pro Stock win, comes up short with a wrecked race car and now a broken bone in her leg. In the funny car, this is where chaos started to set in. The top 3 dogs in the sport, Bob Tasca, Ron Capps, and Matt Hagan, fall short in round 1. Daniel Wilkerson taking out Matt Hagan. Alex DeJar, the number 15 qualifier, taking out Bob Tasca, and then Blake Alexander, the Titan killer back at Norwalk, takes care of Ron Capps in round number 1. Big upsets going on galore in that class entirely. But who did this give a huge benefit to? Austin Prock, number 1 qualifier, taking care of Buddy Hull, Daniel Wilkerson, and then facing up against J.R. Todd. The rematch from the final round back at Gainesville. Payback for the John Force Racing Camp, takes care of one of the big up-and-coming drivers this season. I don't want to say up-and-coming as like this is something new. We know that J.R. Todd has what it takes, but after how last year went, this is a big turnaround for that team. Coletta's looking stronger and stronger as the year goes on, but sadly comes up short here in the end. Austin Prock makes it to the final round to face off against Alex DeJoria, and then on the same weekend, the John Force gets his first win in over a year. Now is a John Force clean sweep with the Wallies. Austin Prock takes his first funny car win for his father on the line with him, as well as his brother. A big emotional team for the win overall. Other highlights to go through as well. Like I said, Blake Alexander, number 6 qualifier, defeats Ron Capps, goes up against another big name in the sport right now, Paul Lee, to move on to the semifinals, falls just short to Alex DeJoria. Then lastly, in Top Fuel, highlights over there. Tony Stewart, the big highlight that everyone's going to be focusing on right now, came into this weekend 0 round 1 wins, and round 1 at Gainesville falls short to Justin Ashley. Round 2, disappointing loss to Steve Torrance. Comes into this weekend, looked to be the same thing. 0 clean runs down the racetrack all weekend long. Number 15 qualifier, facing out against Brittany Force, one of the fastest races in the sport, who looked so competitive this weekend. Brittany Force, as soon as she hits the gas, spins the tires, and Tony Stewart gets her first round 1 win of the year. And then if you think that couldn't get any better, face off against Billy Torrance with lane choice, because Billy also had a disappointing run in the second round. So now it's Billy Torrance versus Tony Stewart with lane choice. They go out first. Tony stays in the left lane, drives it all the way down the racetrack. Again, has to shut it off early because of a problem with the car, but still gets a round 2 win. So now he makes the semifinals, and it looks as though he might be able to pull it off. Faces off against Justin Ashley, the same person that he raced against back at Gainesville that gave him his first ever loss. And Justin Ashley, he lost to Tony on the starting line back at Gainesville, stomped him today, ran it down the racetrack, takes care of business. The winner of the Pomona Winter Nationals yesterday, now looking to get another double up here in Top Fuel, just like he did it for the Bristol and New England race, makes it back to the finals. We're going to have to face off against none other than the Gainesville winner, Sean Langdon, who has another resurging career. Semifinal rounds in all 3 appearances, with 2 final round appearances at Gainesville and now Phoenix. Round 1, Josh Hart. Round 2, Antron Brown. Then the top guy in the class right now, Steve Torrance, moves him on into the semifinals. And for the second time this season, the Coletta Air car takes care of business. Sean Langdon, 2 wins on the season. A very strong performance for the former Top Fuel world champion, and now he is quickly looking to be one of the top guys in the class as he moves on throughout the season. This has been a really strong start to the season for Coletta Motorsports, as well as Toyota. Another all Toyota final round. Man oh man, Sean Langdon, a very early threat to win this championship. We have highlight videos to go through, and as well as some final messages before we look up into the rest of the season. Let's look at that and then wrap up our Arizona Nationals coverage.
The 2 cars split off the starting line. A 22 light for Anderson. You are on the money, Tony. He has found something in that race car, and he has found himself a win light. 6:58.2 at 208.97 miles an hour. 3 races, 3 winners in Pro Stock.
So it was an all KB Titan Racing Engines final, and Greg, you are holding that Wally number 104?
104, Bruno.
Congratulations.
That's a nice round number, isn't it? Yeah, it's special. It's been a while, and you know, it's been a tough racetrack all weekend. my crew did a fantastic job. We managed the racetrack. We just flat out raced them. So can't thank them enough. And got a little extra pump today. I was watching the NASCAR race at Martinsville today, and my teammates, Hendrick, were 1, 2, 3. So I felt, you know what, if I don't win, I'm the weak link in the chain. So a lot of pressure there, but I love that. I love the extra pressure. Thank you, Mr. H. Great day for you. Great day for me, too. So Team Hendrick, baby, thank you so much. Hendrick Cars, thank you guys. Chevrolet, everybody that helps us, thank you so much. Mac Tools, I love this stuff.
The Nitro Funny Car Final. DeJoria's car is smoke coming out of the back, and Austin Prock adds his name to the list of people, a short list indeed, that have won in both Top Fuel and Nitro Funny Car, becoming the 19th person to do so. 395.2 at 320 miles an hour.
Huge moment for Austin Prock, not only to get his first win behind the wheel of a Nitro Funny Car. You do it with your brother working on your team, your dad calling the shots. How big a moment is this for you in your life?
This is huge. You know, all you want to do is make your parents proud, and I sure hope they're proud, because I definitely am. My dad and Thomas are doing a great job with Nate Hadal and this whole Cornwall team, but big win for Chevrolet, double up for John Force Racing this weekend, and man, days don't get much better than this. Went to church this morning, great message, sun was shining down, beautiful day. Packed house. I mean, what more can you ask for? Got a little variety of getting this thing down the racetrack, and we're rolling out of here with some gold, baby. Woo!
It's going to the wire, and at the finish line, it's Langdon for the second time this season. 376, 318. Langdon was 50. And it was Ashley who was 55 to run 384. Man, we've talked about this class. It gets no better than this.
As big as this moment is for Sean Langdon, he's still working, because you're tuning in Maddie Payne, who's still in the Super Comp race, going to the semifinals. For you, this was a big one. I know you wanted to leave with him. You actually left by 5,000, saw him and outran him. It was kind of a picture-perfect day for this team.
You know, it really was. This whole Coletta Air team, from Connie to Chad Head to Brian Heason coming over this year. Brian's just done such a fantastic job. Made some crew changes in the crew. Man, they have been absolutely flawless. They've given me a picture-perfect car all year long. You know, first round had a little bit of a weird kind of hiccup, and I had to do the idle of shame down the track. So the rest of the runs went a lot smoother. I know for the final, you know, Justin and that whole SCAG group over there with Tommy D and Mike Green, man, they're a tough bunch. And I was kind of thinking in my head, I'm like, I just got to leave with Justin and let Brian do his work. So when we hit I hit the gas, I said, well, we got a shot. So you know, congrats to Brian and the whole Coletta Air team, everybody at Toyota, DHL, RevChem. You know, it's 2 out of 3 is not bad, but we're ready for more.
So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you're not subscribed to the channel already, be sure to do so. Like I said, over 70% of you guys who watch these videos are not subscribed. So if you like what we do, you like the interviews and the highlights that we give, then by all means, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Like it, comment, and share it with all your friends to spread the word of drag racing, as well as motorsports, as we look to possibly cover Kyle Larson's historic attempt at the Indianapolis 500. We have a lot to cover with there, as well as the Indy Open Test takes place later this week, and then as we look forward to the month of May. But of course, next week, we will be back regardless of whatever happens with IndyCar for the Vegas 4-wide. Tony Stewart said to me back at Gainesville he is very much looking forward to these 4-wides, because while other drivers don't like it, he's going to look to capitalize on it. Expect some really big deals there, especially considering last year at the 4-wide Nationals in Top Alcohol Dragster, Tony Stewart scored his first ever win in a Top Alcohol Dragster, so that track gives him a lot of hope going into next week, especially off the big momentum that they've had this week. So again, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. Social media pages, Mighty Mac03, been tweeting all day about this race on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads. I'm all over the place. Be sure to follow me there. And again, subscribe, show your love for this channel, and spread the word of drag racing, because again, they sold out Arizona the past 2 days. We've had great turnouts at every race. We're going to go into Vegas, Charlotte, and Chicago, and it's just going to keep getting better. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next week, this has been Mighty Mac, and I'll see you next time.